I should have known better. Really, I should have. But here's the thing about humans. Nobody tells you the truth. Not really. They say humans are resilient. They say humans are creative. What they don't say, what they whisper in the dark corners of stations when the lights are low, is that humans are absolutely catastrophically unhinged when you hurt their young. My name is Krell. I'm a data analyst for the Vortan Confederacy. Or, I was. Now I'm just the idiot who lived long enough to warn everyone else. It started 3 cycles ago. We'd intercepted a human transport vessel. Standard procedure, really. The ship was traveling through our territory without proper authorization, so we detained it, searched the cargo. Found nothing interesting, just medical supplies and some agricultural equipment. Boring stuff. But then Commander Vax got creative. There was a girl, human, maybe 12 rotations old in their years. Small thing. Brown hair, green eyes that looked too big for her face. She'd been traveling with her parents, scientists heading to some research colony. Vax thought she'd make excellent leverage. Insurance, he called it. Just in case the humans get ideas about retaliating. I told him it was a bad idea. I did. But Vax? He laughed. Actually laughed. Said I was being paranoid. Said humans were weak. Said they'd negotiate, pay a ransom, and we'd all profit. The girl's name was Emma. They kept her in detention block 7. Standard cell, nothing fancy. But Vax wanted to make a point. Wanted to show the humans we meant business. So he authorized enhanced interrogation techniques. That's what he called it. Torture. That's what it actually was. I wasn't there for most of it. Thank the stars for that small mercy. But I heard things. Screams echoing through the ventilation systems. The medical staff rushing back and forth with equipment. The commanders' satisfied reports about how the humans would surely comply now. They sent videos to Earth. Proof of life, they called it. Proof of suffering, more accurately. The human response came within 48 hours. At first it seemed normal. Their diplomatic corps sent messages, offered negotiations, proposed prisoner exchanges, standard protocol. We thought we'd won. How magnificently, spectacularly wrong we were. The attack started on day 3. Not military strikes, nothing so straightforward. No, humans don't work like that. Not when you've made them angry. Every single Vortan merchant vessel in human-controlled space, seized. Simultaneously. Over 300 ships, just gone. Crews detained. Cargoes confiscated. Our entire commercial network collapsed in 6 hours. But that was just the beginning. Our communication network started failing. Random at first. A satellite here, a relay station there, then faster. Cascading failures across 17 systems. Later we found out human cyber warfare specialists had been living in our networks for months, just waiting for a reason. This was their reason. Our colony on Praxis 4 went dark next. 18,000 Vortans, just silent. No distress call, no explanation. When we finally sent a scout ship to investigate, everyone was alive. Perfectly fine actually, except they couldn't access any technology. Not a single system worked. The humans had deployed some kind of virus that targeted Vortan biological signatures in interface technology. They'd made an entire colony helpless without firing a shot. Commander Vax still didn't understand. He actually increased Emma's interrogation sessions, said we needed to show strength, said humans respected power. The fool. On day 7, our military installations started disappearing. Not destroyed. Not attacked. Just gone. Outpost Carthan. Vanished. 400 soldiers, an entire defensive platform, sophisticated sensor arrays, all of it. Just empty space where a station used to be. The humans had somehow weaponized their jump drive technology, folding space around targets and depositing them somewhere. We still don't know where. They did this to 14 installations. 14. By day 10, the Confederacy Council was panicking. They ordered Emma's immediate release, ordered Vax arrested, ordered full reparations to Earth. Too late. The humans had sent a message, just 4 words, You touched our child. That's when the human fleet arrived. Not their military fleet. Oh no, their civilian fleet. Thousands of ships. Merchant vessels retrofitted with weapons, pleasure cruises carrying Marines, luxury liners converted into troop transports. They weren't invading, they were migrating, relocating, setting up permanent residence in our space, and we couldn't stop them. Every time we sent military ships to intercept, they'd vanish. Folded space, gone. Our weapons didn't work. Our shields failed. Our communications were compromised. The humans had spent 3 centuries exploring the galaxy, making friends, sharing technology, and learning everything about everyone, including us, including our weaknesses. I'm broadcasting this from a refugee station now. The Confederacy collapsed 16 days after Emma was taken. 16 days. 3,000 years of civilization. Gone because one commander thought a human child was acceptable collateral. Emma? They recovered her on day 12. Alive. Barely. The medical reports, I won't describe them. But here's what you need to understand. What I need everyone in this galaxy to understand. Emma survived. That's important. That's what everyone needs to know. She survived, and that's why we didn't. Let me explain. If she died, the humans might have just destroyed us. Quick, clean, efficient, orbital bombardment maybe. Biological weapons. Something fast that would erase the Vortan species from existence and be done with it. But she lived. So they had time. Time to be creative. The human ambassador arrived at what remained of our government 3 weeks after everything started. Her name was Victoria Cross. I'll never forget her. Tall woman, grey hair, eyes like frozen nitrogen. She smiled when she walked into the council chamber. Actually smiled. "Gentlemen," she said, voice pleasant, cheerful even, "let's discuss terms." There were no terms. Not really. She laid out what was going to happen, and we nodded along like the broken puppets we'd become. First, every member of Commander Vax's chain of command would stand trial, human trial, on Earth, under human law. Second, the Vortan Confederacy would cede 40% of its territory to a human protection zone. For our own safety, she said. Her smile never wavered. Third, every Vortan vessel, station and installation would be subject to random human inspections, forever, no exceptions. Fourth, reparations. Numbers so large they stopped having meaning. Paid in resources, technology, labor, generations of debt. But here's the thing that broke us. The thing that shattered what remained of Vortan pride. Fifth, Emma herself would decide our final punishment. A child, a traumatized, brutalized child, would determine the fate of billions. The council protested. Of course they did. Called it barbaric, uncivilized, cruel. Ambassador Cross's smile finally disappeared. "You tortured a 12-year-old girl," she said, voice dropping to temperatures that could freeze stars. "You filmed it. You sent us videos of her screaming. And now you're concerned about civilization." The silence in that chamber could have swallowed suns. Emma's decision came 2 days later. She didn't want us destroyed. Didn't want revenge. She wanted education. She wanted every Vortan child for the next 100 generations to learn what happened. To learn her name. To learn exactly what had been done to her, and exactly what it cost their species. She wanted us to remember. The humans implemented it immediately. Emma's lesson, they called it. Mandatory curriculum in every Vortan school. Her story, her pain, our shame. Forever. But that wasn't all. She also wanted something else. Something that made even the humans pause. She wanted the galaxy to know. Wanted every species, every civilization, every single sentient being in explored space to understand what happens when you hurt humanity's children. So the humans made a monument. They took the ruins of our military command station, the one where Emma had been held, where she'd been tortured. They preserved it. Every cell, every interrogation chamber, every blood stain. Then they moved it, used their impossible technology to fold space itself, and relocate the entire station to the center of the galaxy's busiest trade route. Emma's Memorial, they named it. It orbits there now. A constant reminder. Millions of ships pass it every cycle. The humans offer free tours. They encourage people to visit, to see, to understand. I took the tour last week. Had to. Needed to see it for myself. They've preserved everything. The cell where she slept. The chair where Vax. I can't. The medical bay where they tried to keep her alive while making her suffer. And everywhere. Displays. Holograms showing what the humans did in response. The ships seized. The colonies disabled. The stations that vanished. The Confederacy's collapse. All of it. Documented. Preserved. Shown. The tour ends in a chamber they built specially. Empty except for a single hologram. Emma herself. Not as she was then, broken and bleeding. As she is now, 17 years old. Healthy, smiling. She recorded a message. It plays on loop. "My name is Emma Reeves," she says. "I survived. I'm okay now. But this," she gestures to the station around her, "this is what happened, because someone thought hurting me was acceptable. Learn from it. Please, don't let this happen to anyone else." Her voice is kind, forgiving even. It makes it so much worse. Because everyone who takes that tour, every species that sees that memorial, they all learn the same lesson. The same truth that we Vortans learned too late. Humans will forgive almost anything. They'll negotiate, compromise, adapt. They're genuinely peaceful, genuinely kind, most of the time. But their children, they're young, touch them. And humans don't just go to war. They don't just seek revenge. They become something else entirely. Something patient, something thorough, something that will systematically dismantle everything you are, everything you've built, everything you might become. And they'll do it so completely that your species' great-great-grandchildren will still be paying the price. And they'll do it while smiling. The Vortan Confederacy is gone now. We exist as scattered communities under human oversight. Our ships fly human routes. Our stations operate under human law. Our children learn Emma's name before they learn their own history. We're not slaves. The humans are too clever for that. We're diminished. Permanently. A cautionary tale with a pulse. I'm recording this message for the archives. For anyone who might find it in the future. For any species that might be tempted to test humanity's limits. Don't. Whatever you think you'll gain, whatever tactical advantage you imagine, whatever point you're trying to make, it's not worth it. Because humans keep their word. They really do. They're honest, fair, reasonable, right up until you hurt their kids. Then they'll turn your entire civilization into a classroom, a museum, a warning, and they'll make sure the galaxy never ever forgets. Emma forgave us. Eventually. The humans say she's studying medicine now, wants to help people. After everything we did to her, she wants to help people. I hope she succeeds. I hope she has a beautiful life. I hope she finds peace. Because we never will. This is Krell, former analyst of the Vortan Confederacy, signing off. Remember Emma, and for the love of all that's sacred in this universe, don't give humanity a reason to make you remember too.